to fly. I said, some say a man ain't happy unless a man truly dies. Oh, why sign? Do 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 do. There we go. Now we should be rolling on both. Yes, no, maybe so. Yep, there we go over there, and there we go over there. Cool. What's good, good people? It's your boy Brian Redmond coming to you once again. We are live, and we are about to do yet another good, the bad, and the ugly breakdown. Ay, ay, ay. Wow, wow, wow. Ay, ay, ay. Wow, wow, wow. Ay, ay, ay. Wow, 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 wow. Ay, ay, ay. Wow, wow. What did it do? I love doing that shit. I'm sorry, y'all. But it's about to go down. I just wanted to say, first and foremost, let me give my United Guns of America salute to none other than my man Skohar. First one in the chat, that's what's up. Shout out to my brother Bert. Shout out to CJ Gunn, Jessica Dennis. I don't know why I keep saying Jessica Dennis. It's Jessica and Dennis. And Dennis, what's going on? What up with it? My man Nash is in the building. Everybody else, let's see who's over here on the relationship rehab side of the game, because we are broadcasting on both channels. Yes, we are. That's what we're doing. And let's see who we got over here. We got Francis. We got Storm. Y'all go, oh, I'm all the way from England? Well, what do you know? This old bloke has gotten international, I tell you. What say you? Way to go, old chap. Pat myself on the back with that one there. I'm going overseas, boy. Tell people now, you know I broadcast. I got viewers over in England, you know. I'm just saying, I'm international with it. That's just how it is, you know. Hey, it is what it is, you know. But let's go ahead and let's get ready to get it cracking. This is good, man. I'm telling y'all right now. When I first saw this, and I don't know who knew about this story, but if you don't know, now you know. But when I first saw this, I was like, man, are they really doing it? I really kind of thought that this was like, I was being like, I thought they was like bullshit. I thought I was being punked. I really did. Because I was just like, I know these dudes ain't doing this. And at first I thought it was just one officer. Then when I saw the body cam footage, I saw both of these clowns. And that's exactly what they are. Clowns. Now y'all know me. I am an advocate for police officers. I love police. I come from a police family. I see it both ways, and I try to call it down the middle, and I try to be fair. And one of the reasons why I like doing this is because I like to educate people on what it's like to be an officer, what it's like to do the job, because I believe that helps to mend the bridge between just the public and police. I believe there's a lot of breakdown. I think there's a lot of right and wrong that's being had on both sides, and I think that doing things like this allows us to see it from both sides, because that's how I try to call it. And a lot of times, if you watch some of my other content, you will see most of the time I'm on the police side, because usually they do what's right. However, there are a lot of times when they do shit wrong, and I'll be the first one to tell you, hey, this is the good, the bad, and the ugly part of it. And tonight, this ain't shit but bad and ugly. I don't know what these two dudes was thinking. I don't know what the hell they thought would come of this, but this is atrocious. This is some of the worst police work I have ever seen in my life. I'm at a loss for words, but I'm gonna find them by the time this shit starts. But first and foremost, let me let y'all listen to my baby mama, my side chick, my other girl, my woman, my boo thing.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
There we go. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you, baby. For those of you that are watching over here on the relationship rehab side, please click the link and come on over so that you can chat by clicking on the link and coming over to the UGOA, which is United Guns of America. If you click that, then you'll be able to see your comments in the chat. I can't really read both at the same time. I'm sorry. The way my mind is set up, I can only read one chat at a time. But that being said, let's get into this. So what you have here is you have a police officer, and he gets in his car, and I'm just gonna let the fuckery begin and let you see it, and we're gonna see what happens.
Stop! Hey, stop the car! Stop the car, dude! I got it.
Stop the car, dude.
1 Adam 22, southbound west, failed yield. Give us some distance, dude. Give us some distance. 417 out the window.
That's a residential.
Dude, give us some. Dude. Northbound alley, 998 already.
So let me stop right here. That's a Glock 17 that dude is wielding there. That is a 9mm handgun. It holds 17 plus 1. It actually, I just broke down my gun a little while ago and had to take it apart for something. 17 rounds. See that? That's 9mm. Yep, I got that. 9mm. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 17 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber. That's 18 rounds that this dude has in this firearm. Let's continue. Now, I do want to acknowledge the good part in this is that he was in the middle of shooting, experienced a jam, and did what we call a tap and rack. That is what you do if you're in a shootout and your gun is not shooting. You don't take it and look at it and say, what's going on? It ain't working. You don't do that. Tap and rack. That's what he did. Tap and rack. You keep going to work. So that is one good thing about this goddamn video. But keep going.
Yeah, I know. Alright, hold on.
Celine, no, I know you thinking it seems like an exercise or some shit on TV. This is a lot. This is all from a traffic stop. This dude is getting it the fuck in, and I believe right now he's on magazine number 2 or 3. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's getting it in.
Stand back. Pointing the gun backwards at us, and then at himself. Both officers 998 so far, code 4. We are eastbound. Hold on. That's the truck.
Yeah.
Don't take a shot. Okay. Keep on front of us. Alright. I'm low on ammo. You have a 9? Yes. Give me 1.
You got a 9? And then another magazine. So he's now at the magazine. This should be 3 or 4. Yeah, he got 3
Subject is hit. We know he's bleeding.
So that should probably be, I think that's number 4.
Alright, hold on your window. You think you can jump in the car? Come to this car? Or you don't want to do that?
Oh, you ain't seen over here yet, Celine. You ain't seen it yet.
I think I hit his head. They said move over. Alright, shoot. Move over! Hold on,
dropped it.
Shoot! Alright, he's done. Alright. Okay, watch the back. He's good.
Look at that.
Watch the house. People are gonna come out. We're back at 512. We need medics.
You don't need no fucking medic. Just need a pen.
Hey, that's it. That's his dad. Watch him. That's the dad. Alright. Okay, hold on.
You see that right
Hold
there?
on.
That's the long gun. The other officer his partner had his AR-15 out. And at first, I thought that it was just the driver being a dumbass. It's not. Don't worry, I'm going to break it down, Sko. It's not. That's him and the driver. The driver and the passenger are both letting it ride. Or as I said, getting their guns off. That's exactly what they're doing. There is no other way to explain this. They're just getting their guns off.
You got another glove? I got it. Alright. Just watch perimeter.
Watch perimeter.
Fuck. Can't fucking hear.
Neither can I.
Alright. I'm sorry, buddy. It's okay. Alright, hold on.
That's why you don't
gun?
shoot in
You
your
got the
car.
gun?
You fucking
Get that gun.
Unless you absolutely
Hey, there's.
Hold on, buddy. You okay?
I'm fine.
You good?
Yes, I'm fine.
Stay in the house. I know, stay in the house.
Where's
please.
the gun? He's been.
You don't want
Oh,
nobody
okay,
to
there's-
see all the fucking carnage that you've done. That's all.
Let's cuff this fucker. Let's cuff this guy.
Now let's cuff this fucker.
We got it. No, we're good, sir. Just can't hear.
Now some of you may be asking, why the fuck they cuff him? He dead. It's standard procedure that when you shoot somebody, even if they are dead, even if they're not breathing, if you're waiting on an ambulance or whatever, that you cuff them. That's standard procedure that they do that just in case, because you never know. So you're not a doctor, so you can't tell what this dude's medical status is. So that's why they do that. So a lot of times people will see people get shot and then they'll think it's cruel that it's to say, well, why did they cuff him after they shot him? He already shot. What the fuck you cuff him for? The reason why they do that is because when a person gets shot, you are not there to really assess his mobility, if he's alive or dead. So you are to assume that he is alive and that he is still a perpetrator and he is being taken into custody. So that is why you cuff him. That's just standard procedure. So, yep. Hey, what up, Stray Ham? Thanks for coming over from the Soto Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my man DJ Just JOK from the Soto Podcast. He just did an awesome show. I was watching it until I got this thing over here started. So yeah, shout out to my brother DJ and shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. Wherever you at, brother, I hope you're chillaxing and enjoying your evening and enjoying your family, man.
Directions I need to check for any rounds. Yeah, that way. This way?
John.
Yes!
This way?
Now he's
That
back,
way.
because you can't hear. Yes!
Okay.
What?
What?
We can't hear, sorry. We can't hear.
What?
I got it. It's my gun.
We're good. We just can't hear. Sorry,
Right. So, that's pretty much it. About maybe
It's
nine
yes.
seconds or so.
Huh?
Dude can't hear him or his partner because
Alright.
they shot. And I know that. let's see.
Go mute.
They say that they let off 76 rounds, but I don't think that's correct. I think it was more than that because they're not counting the long gun. And if you're talking, matter of fact, well, let's see if we can do a little bit of math here, guys. Where is my calculator? There we go. So if you take 17 rounds, he went through at least 4 mags times 4. That's 68 right there. One extra in the chamber, that's 69. That's at least 69 rounds that he went through by himself. So I know he let that long gun ride at least maybe 10. So it's about 80 rounds that they probably let off easy.
So here's the problem with this. And for those of you who may be in law enforcement, like, shit, he fired on those officers and he had every right to shoot at them. No, he didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. The problem with this is that they are, number one, you're stopping this dude for a traffic violation or whatever the case may be. I get it. You're making a stop and let's say just shit goes left. Shit goes left, fine. You're in a residential neighborhood, first and foremost. You're in a residential neighborhood, first and foremost. Damn it. There we go. You're in a residential neighborhood, first and foremost. You're putting not only the person, you're shooting at this person, but you're putting everybody else that is around you life in danger. Reason being, one of the main rules of gun safety is be aware of your target and what is beyond it. There is no way possible. It says it can't be found. What the fuck is going on here? My Cash App ain't working? Shit, we gotta stop the press for that. The hell? Let me see. Oh wait, it could be that the little thing is bad over here. Yeah, let me see. But that's my thing. You have to be aware of your target and what's beyond it. And the fact that they were just getting their guns off and not paying attention to any of that is a huge problem. They put a lot of lives in danger because they were literally doing some Starsky and Hutch, if you're old school, or some Bad Boys type shit, shooting from a car that's moving. And I don't know why they were doing, I don't know what possessed them to say, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, if you just put it into your Cash App, just put that in there. I'll see about getting the link together. But if you just do the cash, the $, and then the relationship rehab, you can just put that in there. That should work. But it's like the fact that they would do that and put those lives like that in danger, it was just mind-boggling to me, because you don't know what else they could have hit. And then to see them in their car, because once dude pulled off, they didn't have to pursue him. It's not like this dude was going on a shooting rampage and he was just killing people and they finally stopped him. No, they pulled him over and they're like, hey, don't do it. Don't do it. At that particular point in time, we ain't got to go. He done fired a shot off, because I'm going to tell you the other part to this. They not only put other people's lives in danger, they put their own lives in danger, because that dude could have gotten off a lucky shot and hit either him or his partner. If the guy shot at them, which is what they said, that guy could have shot him or his partner and could have fatally wounded him. I remember a story that my pops told me a long time ago. He said, thank you, sir. My pops told me a story about a dude where guy had been on the job. He got out the car and was going on a routine traffic stop. The guy got out, said the guy got out of the car. He's telling the guy to get back in the car. The guy then takes off running. Police officer starts running behind him and his partner. The dude and his partner, they're running behind him, chasing this dude. They said the dude partner said the guy that they're chasing literally pulled out his gun without turning around. Pulled the gun out and just shot like this one time. Pow. At the two police officers that are chasing him. He did that. Pow. The dude hit the police officer in his eye and killed him. Dropped dead. Chasing this guy, bad guy, like you routinely do, whatever you do, the guy pulls out a gun, doesn't turn around, literally turns around and shoots, pow, one time. And what the guy who's probably running, what he was probably trying to do, he was just probably trying to scare him off. Probably trying to keep them from chasing him. Shot that guy and killed that dude's partner, one shot through the eye. Luckiest fucking shot he could have ever made in his life. Would never make it in a million times more. He could never make that shot again. But that's what happened. And it's like, you put you putting yourself in that situation over a traffic stop, over a ticket, or whatever the case may be. Now, back in the day, we talking about in the 70s or 80s when that happened, that's one thing. But in today's world, in today's time, putting yourself in a situation where you or your partner could have got killed for a fucking traffic stop, and you're riding, playing literally some fucking cops and robbers type of shit, and doing that, I believe it's just one of the stupidest things they could have done. It's one of the stupidest things they could have done. Now, let me read you the story real quick as to what happened with these two geniuses, fucking dumb cop and dumber cop. Here we go. Boom. Yeah, I can just pull that up. Yep. Yeah, there we go. So, oh, you guys probably can't even read that, so there's no point in me showing it. Anaheim police officer has been fired, and another will face discipline for their involvement in the fatal shooting of a 50-year-old man. Anaheim Police Chief Judge George Cisneros announced Wednesday. At a news conference, Anaheim police played a body cam video like we just saw showing the fire, and I actually got the body cam of both officers, which is cool. I'm gonna show that in a second. And the other officer, the officer Kevin Peterson, and the other officer Sean Staymates shooting out of a car window at the suspect Eluith Penaloza Nava dozens of times. So this dude's probably a foreigner, probably had some bullshit record, whatever the case may be. But this dude, that was just ridiculous. It said, according to a report by the Orange County District Attorney's Office, the two officers shot at Nava's car a total of 76 times, which I believe was probably about 80 upwards of that. 76 times in a residential neighborhood where residents, including children, were home and on the streets. Officers Peterson pistol was determined to have fired 64 shots, and Officer Staymate's gun fired 12, according to the report. So that's his long gun. He got off 12. I'm telling you, it's upwards of 80. Unless that dude didn't load his mags. Unless he didn't load his mags, he didn't max his mags out, which most people do. They max their mags. I don't see why you wouldn't. It used to be an old age thing to where they would say, not an old age, but back in the day, people used to say, you don't load your mags completely. You leave one round out because it helps save your spring. You just had a shitty spring in your magazine. So that's why people used to do that. But nowadays, you don't have to do that. Your shit should be maxed. If it takes 17, put 17 in there. Oh, that's good. The District Attorney of Orange County and the public expect the Anaheim Police Department to make sure that the conduct of these two involved officers is reviewed administratively for proper, fair, and complete accountability, the report says. Anaheim Mayor Sidhu, Siddhu, said he was highly disappointed by what the video showed. In this incident, we failed in what we expect from ourselves and what the community demands of us, he said. The district attorney office declined to file any criminal charges against officers, but called the shooting alarming and irresponsible. Now, I don't understand why they would do something that dumb in the first place. And the fact that at least one of those officers lost his job, I am always a person who say just because you fuck up on your job, even though you're a police officer, I don't think you need to lose your job. However, in this instance, I do. And the reason why I think that dude should have lost his job is because he was hell-bent and intent on getting and intentionally wanted to literally shoot that fucking car up. That's all he wanted to do. There was even a moment where one of them was saying like, dude, I can't hear. And he's like, sorry, dude. He was so amped up. He's driving, not really. He's speeding, chasing his car down. There are moments where he doesn't even have his hand on the wheel because he's loading his firearm. There's moments where he's driving and he just has his hand on top of the steering wheel shooting his firearm. That's reckless driving. Anytime you're driving a police vehicle and you're driving at that speed, you taking your hands off, you got your gun on top, and you're not being in your life isn't being threatened at that point, where you could even retreat, you could peel off, slow down, whatever the case may be, then there's no reason for you to do that and to put not just the citizens' lives, but you putting your and your partner's lives in danger. That was just totally reckless. So in this instance, which like I said is very rare, I absolutely believe that dude should have lost his job. He don't need to be the police. He just don't. He's too gung-ho. He's too amped. I want to get my gun. It's like there are some people, and there's a small percentage of police that think this way. I have encountered them, and I've seen them myself, to where them getting their gun off is all they talk about, think about, dream about. When they on the toilet, they sitting there thinking, oh man, if I ever do this, I'm gonna get him, shoot him like this. When they're in the locker room, they doing it. Man, if I ever came across a dude coming, I'm gonna shoot him. If they it's like they want to have the experience of shooting someone, and that's because they've never seen anybody shot. They've only seen what they've seen on TV. They think it's like a movie, and you can clearly see those two dudes acting like they were in a fucking movie. It was as if they had Jerry Bruckheimer out there on the camera. I mean, out there in a director's seat, and the cameraman was like, "Okay, action." That's exactly what they did. It looked like something out of a movie, and they put innocent lives in danger, driving recklessly and shooting their guns at a 50-year-old dude in a pickup for a fucking traffic stop. Get real. Get real. Y'all gotta get, I mean, that's just bad police. During the course of the investigation, the office conducted 15 interviews and contacted 25 additional witnesses. Investigators also looked at police reports, body cam footage, audio dispatch recordings, lab reports, and Nava's criminal history, among other evidence. Nava had a history of drug abuse, according to, on the morning of July 21st, 2018, Anaheim police received a call alleging that a man armed with a gun and a knife was sitting in a parked vehicle, possibly on drugs and hallucinating, according to the police, to the report. Nava had a history of drug abuse, according to the investigator finding, and both of his parents feared that he was using again, and his brother made the call to the police. Okay, so it wasn't a traffic stop. It was for a suspicious activity, if you will. Dude didn't necessarily commit a crime, but they said he's sitting in the car, he got a knife and he got a gun, and they believe he getting high. All right, cool. I'm fine with that. When officers arrived on the scene on the 500 block of Southwest Street, police identified him based on a video photo and his Chevy S10 truck, the report said. According to the police, when he saw the police, Nava started the car and made a U-turn. In the video, one of the officers yelled, "Stop the car, dude. Stop the car." Both raised their guns and pointed them at Nava's vehicle, according to the report. Nava did not comply and instead started to drive away, and the chase ensued. There we go. And that's what happened. So if you like, and we can even see that piece right here. And my thing is this. So you got a dude on drugs sitting in a car with a gun and a knife. Fine. You pull up, identify yourselves, getting ready to make contact. Dude then turns around and does a U-turn and pulls off. Fine. At what point, when that dude shoots at you, do you feel that it's okay to fire some 80 plus rounds back at him to stop him? Why? And that's even why some states or some cities have no chase laws, where they don't pursue. If you get caught speeding, you driving 100 miles down the road, you go past police, they won't shoot, they won't chase you. Because of you trying to outrun the police, you can kill yourself, or you can kill some innocent people doing that. Driving through a residential neighborhood just like he did, any one of them bullets could have ricocheted off a car. Any one of those bullets could have went through that car, hit somebody in front of him. Anything could have happened. They actually got very lucky. Very lucky.
1 Adam 22, southbound west, failed yield.
Let me take it back to the beginning. There we go. So it's like anything could have happened, to where those guys could have been in a situation to where somebody else could have got struck by a bullet, somebody else could have got killed, somebody else could have got injured, or themselves could have got injured. It's terrible. It's just terrible that they would do that. And I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they did it. So there's Officer Peterson. He's the one with the Glock sitting on top of the steering wheel, and then you have Officer Staymates. So Peterson's fired. His ass is out. And then Staymates is the other guy who got the long gun busting the AR-15. You got a fake ass Crockett, and I ain't even Tubbs because he ain't black, but a fake ass somebody and somebody. Hardcastle and McCormick.
Come on.
Check this shit out.
Stop! Hey, stop the car! Stop the car, dude!
I got it.
See that? Okay.
1 Adam 22, southbound west, Bellevue.
Now, he got his gun out right now. Peterson has his gun out right now. So he's already like, oh yes, I've been waiting on this shit. I'm about to drive and shoot this motherfucker. I know because he know he got a gun, and he know he has a knife, and he's on drugs. So now he's like, hell yeah. This is what I've been waiting on. I got their asses now. Let me see if I can blow that up just a wee bit more for you. There we go. There we go.
Give us some distance, dude. Give us some distance.
Now he's telling his boy, his partner, hey man, get some distance, dude. Because, in my opinion, Staymates ain't ready to shoot like Peterson is. And that's a problem too. Why aren't you communicating that with your partner? Like, hey, I'm gonna light this motherfucker up, man. Because essentially what he should have done, if you were in a situation where you need to shoot him, Peterson, you're fucking driving, dude. Keep your hands on the wheel. Staymates, get the fucking long gun and let's go to work. There's no reason, Peterson, for you to be as gassed up as you are right now. I don't see why he's doing that. Well, I do see, because he's been dreaming about this moment. He's been dreaming about it.
He's got
417 out the window.
Out the window.
Dude, give us some. Dude.
Now he telling him, dude, give us some space. Like, you're getting too fucking close. You're too amped up. Essentially, Peterson, you're wilding out, bro. Calm the fuck down. There you go. Look at that shit.
Northbound alley, 998 already.
Reloading. So you've already let off 18 fucking rounds. Just that quick. You done let off 18. You driving at a high speed, and now you ain't like, okay, hopefully he gonna slow down. You like, I'm about to reload and I'm about to get it cracking again. Now at this time, Staymates has pulled out his handgun. No, this ain't no Sergeant Peterson of Chicago Police Department. Your ass can clearly see, Nash. It says Anaheim Police Department at the bottom. Reading is fundamental. So let's get on with this teaching thing. Now, shit is getting hectic. It's getting kind of hectic. This nigga now done pulled out the fucking long gun, AR-15, if you will. And now he's like, okay, let's get it cracking. Because I see Peterson is lighting this motherfucker up, and he ain't gonna be the only one to tell this story after this shit is all over with on what happened and what he did. No hands. No hands right there.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Now he's firing that long gun with no suppressor, of course. Goddamn idiot. But he's doing that, and he's like shit, because when you firing that that AR-15, if you don't have no suppressor on there, soon as that bullet comes out that barrel, boom, boom, you getting all that. He's getting the pressure coming from that AR-15 and that sound. I know his ears are fucking ruined at this point. Yes, police are responsible. Well, not just the police. Any person who shoots a gun, you are responsible and will be held accountable for every single bullet in that gun. Yes, indeed. Right. He like, look, ma, no hands.
Stand back.
He's pointing the gun backwards at us and then at himself. Both officers 998 so far, code 4. We are eastbound.
Hold on.
That's the truck.
Too much traffic here, buddy.
Too much traffic here, buddy.
Don't take a shot. Don't take a shot.
Okay.
He's telling you.
People in front of us. Alright.
Don't take a shot. Don't take a
I'm
shot.
low on ammo. Do you have a 9?
Yes.
Give me one.
So that's probably why Staymates didn't lose his job. Because Staymates is kind of like seeing like, dude, you're like wilding the fuck out, bro. Like, chill, bro. Stop taking a fucking shot. Like, calm down, dude. You done let off some 40 rounds already. I don't get it. I don't understand why he's thinking that this is okay.
Subject is hit. We know he's bleeding.
No, so you said, wait, let me see if I can adjust. Wait, let me make this smaller again. All right, so you're saying Quintina is saying, don't they have to get orders to shoot like that, especially inside a car? No, they don't have to get orders to shoot, because they can shoot anytime that they feel that their life, or if their life or someone else's life is in grave danger or bodily harm, they can shoot. You can shoot your gun. However, they have to be responsible, and those gun safety laws, like I was saying earlier, one of the main ones is be aware of your target and what's beyond it. And in this instance, this is like a huge violation of that, because he can't accurately shoot that gun in a moving car, shooting at a moving car, trying to hit a person that's sitting in the driver's seat, and he's the driver on that side. Cannot do it. That is totally reckless behavior that he's doing right now. And do cops need to be accountable for every bullet? Yes, they do. And so somebody else said, but don't they have to go back along the route and find them all? If they can, they can. But the thing is that those bullets are not, you can't find those bullets. You won't be able to find all those bullets. You can count the shell cases, because those are probably still in the car to some degree. But you can't count that. You have to look in that magazine and see how many mags that dude went through to see how many bullets he can fire. Essentially, that's what you're gonna have to do.
Alright, you think, roll down your window. You think you can help him if I come to this car? Or you don't want to do that? You're not going to, you did it. Just move over. Alright, shoot. Move over! Hold on, I'll check. I got the car. I don't see, don't go. I got it, don't go.
Now he's shooting the long rifle out of the side of the car. Now he jumps out the car. You still aren't even understanding where you're at in the position that you're in. First thing you should do when you get into a gunfight, if you are at all possible, is to take cover. Get cover. You want to shoot from behind cover. You don't want to just have your body out in the open and you shooting, because you essentially don't know what the hell this dude got that he can shoot back with. So you don't want to put your life in danger, but they're so gung-ho on getting their guns off. That's what happened.
Get down!
Now look at how far this dude is away. This dude is a good 40 yards easy. Easy. Away from this dude. And well, I say about 30 yards. He's about 30 yards, 20 to 30 yards away from this dude. And he's literally like letting this 9 ride. damn what's behind them. I mean, damn what's past that dude. Damn what's to the left or to the right of that dude, because bullets do ricochet. They do. And the fact that he's just not being cognizant of that at all. Now, my man with the long gun, he probably has a slightly better advantage because he can be a little bit more accurate with his. But at least see what this dude is doing, because this dude essentially didn't even get out of the fucking car. And look at like he in fucking drops another man. Shoot! Now you can clearly see that this dude didn't even get out of the vehicle. And I'm sure he's already hit at least several times.
Alright, he's done.
Now, did you hear that? The dude's staymates realizes like, hey man, you're doing too much fucking shooting. You just are. And he tells him he's done. What does Peterson do? He's not done. He's not done until my gun is done. Until my slide is locked back with my barrel smoking, that's when this shit is over. That's when this is over. That's what he told me. Get down! Hey, another man. Look at that.
Get down!
That's two men.
Shoot!
Two men.
Alright, he's done.
Alright. Got it in.
Alright.
And
Okay, watch the back. He's done. Watch the house. People are gonna come out.
We're back at 512. We need medics.
This dude is incapacitated.
Hey, that's it. That's his dad. Watch him. That's his dad. Alright.
Unbelievable.
Okay, hold on. You got
Right,
another one?
Moses. He like, I've been waiting
I got it.
for this moment.
Alright. Just watch perimeter.
Oh Lord.
Get him fucking here.
Oh Lord.
Neither can I.
Alright. I'm sorry, buddy.
It's okay.
Alright, hold on.
Dude,
Gun? You got the gun?
look at that.
Get that gun.
Hey, there's...
Hold on, buddy. You okay?
I'm fine.
You good?
Yes, I'm fine.
Stay in the house. I know, stay in the house.
Where's
please.
the gun? He's been... Look guys,
tonight.
there's...
He's been fucking obliterated.
Let's cuff this fucker. Let's cuff this guy. Let's go back.
He got all kind of shots, Declan. He got all kind of shots.
No, we're good, sir.
There's no,
Just can't hear.
not even a road shot where he's good. He's so nice. That dude's body is riddled with bullets.
Yeah, that way.
This way?
Riddled with
Sean.
bullets.
Yes!
This way?
That way.
Sean.
That dude's intention was
Okay.
to
What?
fucking annihilate this
We
dude.
can't hear, sorry. We can't
What?
hear.
He can't even fucking hear because of the rounds that they don't
I got it. It's my gun.
We're good. We just can't hear. Sorry, we're...
terrible.
Fire?
It's yes.
Huh? You guys good? Yeah. Alright.
Terrible.
Turn. Go mute.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what happened. So here we go. So let me finish up the rest of the story that they got in here. He says, because this dude, it appears that this dude, as Officer P, he also waved the gun in the air, right? So he waved the gun. As Officer Peterson reloaded his handgun, he called for Officer Staymates to start firing. After Nava also hit two pedestrians with his truck, what was I just saying? Officer Staymates fired 2 rounds from his rifle. So that was my point. The fact that these dudes are chasing this dude, it put so much other shit in jeopardy. Now, could you say that had they not chased him, that dude might not have hit 2 people? Possibly. But that's the responsibility that they took on. That's the responsibility that they have to assume by going after this guy. Plain and simple. Because you could clearly say, hey man, because of fucking Peterson's shots that he done put on him, dude could have lost control of the car. which is yet another reason why a lot of police states don't chase. Which is one of the reasons why you have to realize the ramifications of what happens when you do decide to chase. Sometimes it's better to just let that car go. Like escargot, let car go, whatever. But sometimes it's just best to do that. It's best not just for you, but it's best for everyone else, including the perpetrator. Because being stopped for using drugs, I absolutely get it. Do you need to get off the streets? Sure does. But my thing is this: the other lives that were put in danger and in jeopardy because of that, it's not worth it. Not worth it at all. And I don't understand why they thought that that was just the thing to do. So let me see what else they say in here. About 3 minutes into the video, about 3 minutes into the video, one of the officers says, "Subject is hit. We know he's bleeding." So he did know that he was already hit. Seconds later, more shots were fired in a quick succession as the officers exit the patrol car and shot directly into Nava's white pickup truck. The report details alleged exchange. At 9:47 a.m. This is at 9:45 in the morning. Man, come on. Nava stopped the truck in front of his residence where the pursuit had started. Nava did not put his hands up in the air or give indication that he was surrendering. Both officers feared that as the driver door opened, Nava will pop out and fire at the officers or any other individuals in that surrounding area. This fear was based on Nava's actions of pointing a gun at them several times, leading them in a pursuit, and displaying a total disregard for public safety. Peterson came, and he didn't do that. That's not true. From what that video showed, it didn't show him waving no gun. It showed them pulling up and that motherfucker pulling off. That's what that showed. So that's some bullshit right there.
That was bullshit.
There we go. Peterson came to the stop in the roadway as Officer Staymates leaned out of the passenger side window and fired one round at Nava. While still in the police car, Officer Staymates fired an additional 8 rounds into the back of Nava's truck. That Staymates is with the long gun, so you know this motherfucker was hit. Officer Staymates indicated that he had fired in an attempt to stop Nava from exiting the truck and firing at them, and he did not get out that fucking truck. After that, Officer Staymates fired approximately 4 additional rounds. So that's what I'm saying. He didn't fire no damn 10 rounds, because 8 plus 4 is 12. Boom. That's addition. Firing 4 additional rounds towards Nava, fearing that he might go back into the house and harm family members, according to the report. Right. In the video, Officer Peterson then pulls Nava's body out of the car, his dead body, out of the car, and calls for medics. More officers arrived on the scenes and the camera stopped running. So you can see clearly what that dude did to that damn car, and show what actually you can see here. So you can see there what he did to that fucking car. Look at all those rounds, and these rounds are literally placed in the head region, which is why I think somebody said it in the chat that yes, that dude definitely was getting some headshots. He did. That car is riddled with bullets. Riddled. And we're not even talking about what's probably on the backside of this damn thing. Probably don't even know how many bullets are in the backside. And then the other question is, I don't even know how many bullets missed this car, because this dude ain't no fucking marksman to the point where every round went into that vehicle. Guarantee you that. According to the report, Peterson kicked the gun away from the body. The silver knife that Nava had was found on the ground next to him. Nava was transported to in an ambulance. Right, transport. He was dead. Well, he was pronounced dead at 10:12. So that dude got to the hospital. All this took place in about 30 minutes, and that dude was dead. The Orange County Coroner's Office later confirmed that Nava had been shot at least 9. Wow. Exactly. Had the coroner said he had been shot only 9 times in the head, neck, and upper extremities. Nava's oh my God. See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all wait till y'all hear. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Check this shit out. Nava's weapon was later tested and found to be a CO2 powered air pistol, not even a real fucking gun. The report says it was black in color and extremely similar in appearance to an authentic 9mm Luger pistol. I get it. A GoFundMe to help Officer Peterson and his family was posted in October by a member of the Anaheim Police Union. It has already raised over $21,000. So this goes right back to my point. I'm not tripping on the damn gun being a CO2 pistol. I mean, looking like a gun. Because you light a motherfucker up. If the gun look like a gun, it's a gun. Shoot their ass. Here's my point, though. Had he not decided to chase, the dude wouldn't have been able to kill a soul. CO2 pistol. You ran down, chased in a residential area. You ran down, fired 80 plus rounds at a fucking car for a dude with a knife and a CO2 pistol. You damn sure should lose your job. It wasn't nowhere near being worth it. Now, had this dude been on a murdering spree and killed 4 people already and shot 2 people already, and you finally caught up with him, I get it. I get it. But you literally could have, that's my thank you, Daquan. You literally could have just simply trailed this dude, rammed him with your car, got some stop sticks, and got him pulled over, and would have probably wound up either just shooting him or probably would have gave up, because the dude was apparently a fucking drug addict, not a killer. Sometimes, man, you have to just use good judgment, even if it requires you to disengage or to retreat. As a police officer, and no, you don't have to. No, you don't have to do that. But sometimes it's best to just disengage. Hey, let's let this dude go, and then we'll catch him. Hey, he's heading south on South Wick Street or Southwest Street or whatever. We're trailing behind him slowly, but can we get a chopper over here to try to catch him? We're trying to trail him and keep up with him. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, man. All of that. 80, and it's like, if I was that police officer, I would be like, man, I can't believe I did all that shit for a dude with a fucking air pistol and a knife. 80 rounds, dead body, multiple bodies in jeopardy, multiple citizens in jeopardy, my life in jeopardy, my partner's life in jeopardy for a fucking dope fiend with a air pistol. Right. And that's the ugly part. That's the bad part. It has to be a better judgment system for you as a you have to just be better trained so that you can use a better judgment system in that type of situation. And the fact that he didn't even listen to his partner was telling him he had to stop shooting on 2 occasions, and this dude just stayed getting his gun off. Just wasn't a smart thing to do, man. Just was not a smart thing to do. You are not blocked to Django. You are just not in the right chat, sir. And there it is. Think it didn't go. Oh, man, I tell you. Yep. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and read these young donations, and I'm going to answer any questions that y'all may have. And we're going to get it cracking and get on up out of here. If y'all got any questions or anything, go ahead and ask them now. Shout out to my man Billy Goat. Thank you, brother, for always supporting me. I appreciate you, good sir. Hit your boy off with $5. That's what's up. Steady going towards the coffers. That's what's up. Getting that money up. Alright, let's see. I don't want to do that. I need to go to Take it easy. Man, no problem. I appreciate this. This was a good story, man. Just to see the totality of circumstances and what they went through and what they did, it's like you have to just be able to say, hey man, I can't get them all, and sometimes you just gotta say, let me let this go. Let me go about this a different way. Let me not do what I would see on TV and do it a different way. That's all I'm saying. That's the only thing that I'm like really looking at in this whole thing. It's like you did some things you really did not have to do and that you could have done differently. And a lot of times, like I always say, what's in the balance of that is lives, not just yours, but other people. Just like when I tell the pedestrians, I mean not the pedestrians, but the citizens, what is it that you are putting on the line every time? Your freedom and your life. Be cognizant of that, man. Pay attention to that. Shout out to Beverly Jones. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Hit your boy off with a buck. Jessica Ann Dennis, thank you so much for yours. Hit your boy off with $5 challenge. Thank you, Brian, for the great content. I appreciate it. And Beverly said respect from the old lady. That's what's up. Appreciate it. My man D Strahan, hit your boy off with $5. That's what's up. And I don't think I read this one the other day, but this was from Lady Sunday. Thank you so much for your donation. Hit your boy off with $2. That's what's up. Hey, them twos and fews, they count, man. It's adding up, Jack. It's adding up. It's adding up. So keep it coming. Yep. So I appreciate you guys for checking me out. Thank you so much. And man, I'm so glad that people are learning something from this, that people are getting something from this, man, because this is what I think that matters when it comes to just saying, hey, this is what we need to learn and this is what we need to know, so that when you can understand how somebody else is thinking, good or bad, then it can help you make better judgment calls. It can help you make better decisions on how you're going to interact or react to what a person is doing. And you say, yeah, and Jessica said Peterson is why people are skeptical of cops. And I get that, but you have to realize that the narrative of this is there are a shit ton of more good cops than there are bad. The only problem is that the bad cops are the ones that are blown up in the media. And because we are so addicted to watching the news and we're so addicted to just getting information, whether it's good or valid or bad or whatever, we just want information. And we're getting it from all these different sources. And sometimes it's just not good. And that narrative can be shifted to where it looks as though it's a bunch of bad police officers out here killing black folks, killing folks, period, because they don't care and ain't nobody doing nothing about it. That is the furthest thing from the truth. It's the furthest thing from the truth. And me being generous, I would say probably 5% of the police officers are just shitty cops that shouldn't be wearing a badge. I would probably say about 30% of those police officers, about 40% of those police officers are the ones that need more training because they are undertrained. And then you got that other 60% to where they're just good cops, but they're just so fucking outnumbered with all of the other shit that's going against them. What can you really do? Well, 55. So 5, 40, and 55. So it's like you have to recognize that from a cop's perspective. It's like you have some police officers that are going day in and day out, literally doing a good job. Just like somebody said earlier in the chat, yeah, I have a police officer in my family, worked 30 years on the job, never fired their gun once. There are some police officers that never even get to the point to where they break leather. I didn't. I actually got to break leather before. But I'm just saying, it just happens. I don't mind breaking leather. I break leather. Goddamn, when I hear something that don't sound, I'm breaking leather. But that's just the thing. You have to realize that the way that the narrative is being told about police officers, it's bullshit. Because it's not a bunch of police officers out here saying we're gonna kill us some black folks a day. It's not like that. It's a lot of police officers that are in bad situations to where they're in communities where part of the breakdown is that the people who live in those communities aren't even helping the police officers help them police their own neighborhoods. What kind of stupid shit is that? You get all this shit going on in your neighborhood. You're not policing your own people, so you call the police, and then you won't help them. Snitches get stitches. I ain't talking to the police. They ain't gonna do nothing but lock my cousin up, whatever the case may be. But when you don't do that, that's the stuff you get. That's why your neighborhood stays shitty. That's why it gets worse. That's why people keep dying. That's why it keeps on being drug infested. That's why it keeps on being crime riddled. That's why you got people getting raped, people getting pulled in the trucks and in the vans and get kidnapped. People breaking into your house, breaking into your car, selling drugs, fighting, shooting, gang banging in your neighborhood because you won't help yourself by helping the police. You won't help yourself by turning in those people that you know are doing the wrong in your community and literally destroying it from the inside out. But you want other people that don't live in your community to care about your community. That don't make any kind of goddamn sense. And until we get that, we ain't gonna never get better. It's gonna be the way that it is. I want everybody outside of my community to care about us because I'm sitting here singing Michael Jackson. All I really know is that they don't really care about us. All I know is they don't really care about us because we be dying every day. Everybody getting shot. Don't nobody say nothing. Don't nobody do nothing. Okay. Talk to the police. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm scared. It's your cousin that's doing the drug selling. So you got people in your community that got opposition with your family members because your family members are the ones selling drugs in the community, and you feel because everybody jealous because they getting money, that's why they going back and forth. At the end of the day, you selling drugs to your own people. Make any kind of sense to me, and I'll change my position. But until you decide to say it ain't the white man fault, it ain't the system fault, when you can get all that to the side and then address the main problem, which is us, you're not gonna get nowhere. Because you're trying to get somebody to care about you and to care about something that you don't care about yourself. If I don't care about what my people are doing to me, then how the hell can I expect somebody else to care about what my people are doing to me? Please explain that to me. I'll wait. And that's our problem. We want to blame everything else. And I'm not saying that some of this shit does have an effect, but it is not the root. It is not the main cause. It is not the main problem. It's just not. And until you see what the main problem is, which is us, and go after that, that's when you can start going after the other stuff. Because when people see you helping yourself, that's when they want to help you. Not when you just sit back saying, I need help. Well, come on and get up, let's go. Oh, I ain't going down there. I don't know about all that. Can y'all just go? I can't do. I'm good. You go ahead. Continue to suffer. And it's sad and it's terrible, but it's reality. It is reality. Matriarchy can never protect themselves. You are 1000% correct. But it's like nowadays, it's like the men are so watered down. It's so terrible. Even if you was to put all the men back in charge today, they have such female tendencies that it would be bad or pretty much the same for quite some time. It'll start to correct itself over a few generations, but right now it's so many dudes that have female tendencies and traits. It's uncanny. And I'm not talking about gay ones. I'm just saying the whole combative, argumentative, not being logical. All they doing is yelling and screaming and that whole dumbass, I don't give no fuck attitude and all that type of shit, where they don't have to be responsible for their actions or being held accountable for their actions. That's the way that it is now. That's exactly the way that it is. So it's like back in the day, them men that didn't take no bullshit, didn't take no mess, Papa don't take no mess, them dudes, they're far and few in between. And most of them are not in the hood no more. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. Please click the like, the subscribe. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Voltron Network. Make sure you subscribe to the Soto Podcast, and you go to Tommy Sotomayor's website, That's what is it? Is it TJS? No, TSKOC or TJSK. God damn it, I didn't got it mixed up. It's TJ Sotomayor. Is that it? Or TSKOC? Yeah, I think that's it. Nope, that ain't it. But anyway, TJSKOC.com. I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. It's TJSKOC at .com. So yeah, you can go there, go to About Tommy Shows. You can see everything on his website, his music. You can see his clothes. You can see the t-shirts and all that good stuff, and you can see all of his content. So make sure you go there. We can go ahead and put that in the young chat there. That's again TJSKOC.com. So I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. Once again, it's always better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. I appreciate everybody that supported the show. I appreciate everybody that donated. Watching this on the replay, you can still donate. You can still subscribe to the channel and click the like button. Thank you guys. I appreciate everybody that's over there watching the Relationship Rehab. Click the link, come on over, and man, you guys have a good night, and until next time, peace, and I'm out.